were, you two. You're still totally invited to my quinceañera this weekend. It's going to be amazing. It's a party celebrating me and my fantastic cutie mark.
Rich, snobby, one-note bully cliche.
Honestly, who's gonna compete against me? Fork girl? Lizard lady?
Rich, snobby, one-note bully cliche. Hold on. Is that really everything that's wrong with these two characters that can be summed up in the same sentence for each? Well, this striking similarity fans seem to create between these two characters is not very accurate, as really that cliche only describes a small part of who they are. And when analyzing the characters each in their respective episodes, you'll soon see that there is nothing that similar about these two. But wait, you ask, why am I even comparing these two characters when they're not even in the same show? And you would argue that Pacifica is nothing like Diamond Tiara after the episode Northwest Mansion Noir. Well, the reason I'm making this video comes from a few popular comments MLP fans have made about Pacifica before and after Northwest Mansion Noir. Before that episode, fans would say that these two were the exact same rich bully character, but even that's not true. And after the episode, we finally see a change in Pacifica's character to be more friendly and independent, and even a character with an unsettling past. Well, because they have now seen this bully character change for the better, many MLP fans feel the show could do the same to Diamond Tiara, because again, they're practically the same character. This is my problem. As I stated in my previous Diamond Tiara video, I did not want her to be reformed like the other antagonists on the show. If the show does decide to take this route in Season 5 or later seasons, it better have a good reason, because unfortunately Gravity Falls and MLP fans, they can't change Diamond Tiara like they changed Pacifica, and I'm here to explain why. Like I did with Diamond Tiara, let's start with analyzing Pacifica's appearances in each of her episodes. Not counting background appearances and Northwest Mystery Noir for right now, she's mainly in 4 other episodes. That would be Double Dipper, Irrational Treasure, The Time Traveler's Pig, and The Gulf War. In Double Dipper, she had a secondary antagonist role to bully Mabel, which led to Mabel finding her true friends Candy and Grenda. This is very much the same thing that Diamond Tiara did when she first appeared in Call of the Cutie. Bully Apple Bloom until she found her true friends Sweetie Belle and Scootaloo. However, unlike Diamond Tiara, Pacifica does not lose in this episode. Her goal is to beat Mabel, win the crown, and become loved by everyone, which she easily does because she's rich. I will commend the episode for not letting either protagonist get the ending they really wanted, but because they let Pacifica win so easily, she has shown no point of weakness other than clearly being less likable than Mabel, which she easily overcomes by just waving her wealth around. Diamond Tiara does have wealth, but she never waves it around too much just to become popular. The only time she mentions her wealth is regarding her quinceañera or in Twilight Time when showing off her butler. Most other appearances, she gains the upper hand by knowing what to say to psychologically mess with the CMC, or gaining a position of power and rolling with it. Now, not to sound like I'm praising Diamond Tiara's character too much, let's look at the next Pacifica episode, because she has to have done something other than flaunt her wealth. Well, in Irrational Treasure, we see more into Pacifica's family, and how the Northwest were the so-called founders of Gravity Falls, which is something different from Diamond Tiara. Diamond Tiara's only legacy is the rich family success as business ponies. In actuality, Apple Bloom is more like Pacifica, because Granny Smith was there during the founding of Ponyville. Of course, Apple Bloom was raised better and doesn't act like Pacifica, and that's the difference I want to focus on now with Diamond Tiara and Pacifica. The reasons for why they behave how they do. In Irrational Treasure, Pacifica does show a little more development as a bully by psychologically messing with Mabel, criticizing her for being too silly. Pacifica throughout the episode portrays herself as a younger version of her parents. She acts like she is way more mature and better than everyone else, which is pretty much emulating what her parents think of everyone else in Gravity Falls. Diamond Tiara, on the other hand, bullies and acts how she wants out of her own volition. And this is where Gravity Falls does do characterization better, because we can understand where Pacifica's attitude comes from. For Diamond Tiara, it just seems she bullies and flaunts because she wants to. She just likes to mess and manipulate others. She clearly did not get the attitude from her father, Filthy Rich, who has shown plenty of kindness towards the citizens in Ponyville. I mean, I guess the snootiest thing he's done is revile when people call him filthy instead of rich, but with a name like that, it's understandable. Maybe she received this kind of behavior from her mother, whoever she is, but that's a headcanon we'll know for another day. What Irrational Treasure showed is that Pacifica has been given a lifestyle that was manufactured to make her and her family look good, and she is the product of that illusion. Diamond Tiara has built this illusion that she is the best all by herself, just living with the luxuries she has, and as a child she just wants to flaunt what she has even if her family isn't like that. The next Pacifica episode is Time Traveler's Pig, which, in my opinion, she could have easily been written out of. I mean, her only role was to take old 15-poundy in Dipper's ideal past, thus crushing Mabel's heart when she lost Waddles to someone she didn't want to get him. But he could have easily been chosen by a bacon enthusiast, and it would have had the same effect. Why is she even at the Mystery Shack fair anyway? For me, I guess Diamond Tiara does have a similar episode with the Cutie Pox, where she really had no impact on the story. But Apple Bloom was displaying her talents at school, so of course she's going to be there. Finally, there's the Gulf War, which in my opinion is the best way to lead to the events of Northwest Mansion Noir. The episode sets up a great rivalry between Mabel and Pacifica, with each having a passion for mini-golf. This isn't, oh, Mabel is better at something than Pacifica, so just because they're rivals, or just because Pacifica is more popular, she has to defeat Mabel. No, Pacifica actually has skill and drive to win, making a very satisfying ending when Mabel accepts that Pacifica probably would have won. Here's the best thing the episode does right, is not reforming Pacifica just because Mabel saves her life. That is the one thing I do not want MLP to do to Diamond Tiara, is to have the CMC save her life and she just becomes weak and accepting that they really do care for her, so she should care for them. Pacifica is not completely over her rivalry with the Pines family, but she will accept any help when she's desperate. In order to really accept someone who you once thought of as an enemy, as a friend, you need to connect emotionally with them, or have your whole world destroyed with only them to turn to, which is exactly how Northwest Mansion Noir successfully reforms Pacifica. There are 3 reasons why Diamond Tiara could not be reformed so easily to end her bullying ways, and it was Northwest Mansion Noir that solidified these reasons for me. The first one is each of the characters has a different backstory as to why they act the way they do. I explained how Pacifica is basically a younger version of her parents, but this episode explains that she was pretty much programmed, like all the previous Northwests, to be that way. It has something to do with that bell. We don't know exactly what her parents did to develop a fear in a bell, but all that matters is that it works to make Pacifica behave the way they want. Pacifica has been trained to act the way she does, while Diamond Tiara acts that way because, unfortunately, there are people out there that just enjoy messing with others in order to get a reaction. But Diamond Tiara isn't as flat, as she knows how to intimidate and manipulate to get others to reconsider what they think. This is the second reason Diamond Tiara will not be easily to change. Pacifica's power of intimidation comes from her pride in her family name. Take that away from her and she'll be weak and more susceptible to change. The third reason is that unlike Gravity Falls and Pacifica, neither MLP nor Diamond Tiara would benefit from being reformed. Now that Pacifica is reformed, Dipper now has ties to the most powerful family in Gravity Falls, and Pacifica can truly be loved rather than hated by others. If you change Diamond Tiara, let's say make her friends with the CMC, stop her from being a bully, well, that's it. You got rid of a bully. That doesn't bring the CMC any closer to getting a cutie mark. They only have ties to the most wealthy business pony and— oh wait, no, I got this. This is why you want a reformer. So they can use the pool. No, but seriously, the show or characters would not benefit from changing her. And also, she wouldn't benefit either. One of the most important things to think about when changing a character is not how others are going to benefit from this change, but how the character will benefit without becoming too weak for the show. I don't know if you've noticed, but Diamond Tiara actually lives a happy life. She doesn't have manipulative parents, or is hated by everyone in town. Also, she actually has a friend. See, when Pacifica is introduced in almost all of her episodes, she's followed around by a posse. Silver Spoon is not a follower. She enjoys being in Diamond Tiara's company, not out of fear or one of her wealth. She's just a loyal friend. She can dish out insults and be just as manipulative, and doesn't let herself be pushed around. Pacifica, on the other hand, in all of her other appearances, slowly drifts away from flaunting and being public to eventually realizing how this lifestyle has left her with no one who really cares about her. That is, until she finally warms up to Dipper, even happy to see him return and that he can be a real friend. In Friendship is Magic, all the main antagonists have had a terrible grasp on their ideal life, or no grasp on friendship at all, thus benefit from being reformed in the show. Diamond Tiara does not have a terrible life, and has no trouble with creating friendships. She's happy with who she is, even if she does lose every now and again. So in the end, I will say Pacifica is the better character, because of how much time and background was invested into fleshing her out throughout the show, but Diamond Tiara is still the better antagonist, as she works off of herself and her own desires to bully, rather than petty rivalries and past impressions left by her family. Anything could happen to these characters. Diamond Tiara could be reformed, or Pacifica could become an antagonist, but they could never do either the same way, as each show has a great path established for them to grow and develop. So I guess this will be the time where I say next time on comparing MLP with Gravity Falls, we look at who is the better omnipresent, all-knowing entity, Princess Celestia or Bill Cipher. But we all know the answer to that. Princess Celestia controls the day and all the ponies enjoying their talents each day with the kindness of her heart, but she also has her sister, Princess Luna, who controls the night looking over the dreams of every pony still recovering from her time in the darkness and in the kindness of a princess. Bill can control the dreams and manipulate the minds of others during the day and night, but really anywhere because of course reality is an illusion, the universe is a hologram, and we all need to buy gold. He does seem to be the more powerful, but he relies on dark evils and mysteries so he can benefit from being loved and not just feared. No one character is better for the world, but the kindness and dark natures are most powerful combined as 1, 2, 3, therefore Illuminati confirmed.